vast wilderness of open waters. Predators do not roar. They wait, silent, patient, deadly. She moves with purpose, like a panther in the jungle. She does not chase, she stalks. And when the time is right, she strikes. Few understand what hit them. She vanishes as quickly as she came. This is Shimakaze. The ship you hate, the ship you become. Yo! Welcome to Godlike Gaming. Let's dominate. Today I want to talk about Shimakaze, the ship that's inseparable from the game. You see, it's everywhere, in every single match, as if the matchmaker doesn't put you in a lobby unless Shimakaze is present. For players who already know how to play a destroyer and love that class, it's the best choice to go. Since it's part of Japanese Take 3, you can unlock it just by playing the game. But for players who have to play against it, Shimakaze is a nightmare to deal with, mainly because it has a very low detectability range, exactly 5.6 km, and it carries long-range torpedoes, and those torpedoes are no joke. They deal massive damage. Of course, hitting them requires a little bit of practice, but once you get the hang of it, no one is safe. Also, about that cinematic teaser you saw at the beginning of this video, you can find a standalone version of it right here on this channel. With that aside, let's get into the details of how to play Shimakaze and, more importantly, how to counter it. Let's break it down. For the build, you really want to focus all your attention on torpedoes. This is the setup I'm currently running. As you can see on the screen, the equipment and captain skills are all geared towards maximizing torpedo performance, and if you can't afford the legendary upgrade in the 5th slot yet, just go with the reload booster instead. But what's more important than the build itself is the way you play Shimakaze. You need to understand what she can do, and just as importantly, what's impossible to do with her. Let's start with the purpose of the destroyer class in World of Warships. The main reason this class exists is spotting. Yes, your primary job is to provide vision. The longer your team can see the enemy, the more damage they can deal. Your second mission as a destroyer is to capture flags, because yes, you can win a match by gathering enough points. But there is a reason why capturing isn't your top priority. If you dive into a cap zone and die within the first minutes of the match, your team goes blind. Enemy destroyers can roam freely across the map, and that's how 90% of matches are lost. Luckily for Shima players, the ship is incredibly stealthy and fast. With the speed booster activated, she can reach up to 45 knots, and on top of that, she is equipped with a very decent smoke screen. Unless a ship with radar or long-range hydro decides to chase you and your team doesn't do anything about it, you're a goner. But that's a rare scenario. Everyone knows the team that keeps its destroyer alive has much higher chance of winning. Now it's time to explain every armament and the tactics that comes with it. You have to keep in mind, Shimakaze is a torpedo class destroyer. That means your guns aren't great, and most of the time you don't want to use them. Firing gives away your position, and the classic 1v1 gunfight with another destroyer over the cap point almost never works in your favor. But don't let that discourage you from ever using them. You just need to know when to use them. There are specific scenarios where your guns become necessary. First, if there is a destroyer with very low HP, so low that you're confident 2 salvos will finish it off, then shoot it. Second, if you're in a safe spot, maybe behind an island or inside your smoke, and you'll remain undetected after firing, then shoot by all means. Third, if an enemy ship is capturing a point, position yourself so you can immediately retreat behind the cover after firing, then shoot to cancel the capture progress. Now let's talk about smokes. When do you use them? A smoke is one of the most game-changing tactical tools at your disposal, and you need to be careful with it. It can save you, or even save the entire match. Here are the key scenarios when to use smoke. First, capturing under CV pressure. You're in a cap zone, no other destroyer or radar ship are nearby, but the enemy carrier is trying to keep you spotted. A smoke is the most annoying tool from a CV's point of view. Use it to break vision and secure the cap. Second, emergency escape. You suddenly get spotted and there is not much you can do. Drop a smoke, turn around and create distance. It's your lifeline. Third, support your allies. Yes, before CV support classes with smoke squadrons existed, it was the destroyer's job to cover teammates. So use your smoke to protect cruisers, battleships, or even other destroyers when they are vulnerable. Fourth, offensive positioning. If the situation favors you, use a smoke just to fire your guns without getting spotted. It's risky, but when timed right, it can swing a fight or cancel a cap entirely. And now it's the time for your main armament, torpedoes. Shimakaze carries 15 torpedoes and it reloads every 100 seconds, and they deal serious damage as well. But let's be honest, landing them is tricky. Based on my experience, your best chance of hitting torpedoes is targeting gaps between the islands, or if you pay close attention to the minimap, you can predict enemy movements and send blunt shots into the cap zones. And one very popular tactic, as you see in the footage of this very video, is getting dangerously close to a super ship or a battleship and torping it down. No matter how massive their HP bar is, they are going down. And with a tiny bit of luck, you'll escape alive, just like this video when I sunk Hanover. But remember, this is a last resort kind of tactic. It's not reliable, and it's definitely not something you want to build your strategy around. And here is a bonus tip regarding your AA guns. Always turn them off. The only time you're allowed to use them is when you're inside your smoke. Otherwise, they give away your position, and believe me, you're an easy target for a carrier if they can see you in advance. I think every feature is covered. Now, it's up to you how to use this information to your advantage when playing with Shimakaze. Now comes my favorite part. How to counter a Shimakaze. How to send these tiny troublemakers back to the port as fast as possible. It all depends on what ship you're playing. If you're a carrier, hover above them. Even if you can't target them directly, just keep them spotted for your team. That alone can shut down their entire game plan. If you're in a battleship or a cruiser with long-range hydro, chase them down, keep them spotted, and make Shimakaze your first priority target. Don't let it slip away. And if your ship has radar, same idea, spot and pressure, but don't chase. Hold your position and pop the radar. That alone forces Shima to flee, and once it's running, it's no longer an immediate threat. And if you're a destroyer, in a 1v1 gunfight, you're most likely the winner against Shima. So don't hesitate to melt it down. And always remember, most players fire their torpedoes based on the guideline the game provides, so be unpredictable. Play with your speed, change your direction, and when you spot torpedoes, turn towards them. This is a proven tactic that works. Alright, that's for today's video. Don't forget to sub, and God is out!